Slayer. Okay, welcome back to Goblin Slayer Anime Review, episode number. Let's see, what episode this is one. This is episode number 13. We're here reviewing the 22nd episode of the series, known as. Get to the right thing here. It is known as City Adventure. This one adapts basically one of the interludes and chapters 4 and 5. There is another interlude that comes between 4 and 5, but that was skipped over this episode. My guess is adapted for next week. So, I should point out, though, that the interlude, that first one that you see here, the one that comes between chapters 3 and 4, that was the opening 2 minutes of the episode before the main credit sequence, which I thought that was interesting, the fact that whole section was the interlude. We are introduced to a woman simply known as the Princess, who is the king's sister, who is so bored that she really wants to go outside, but her brother the king, does not want to become an adventurer for reasons. So then, of course, well, maybe sneak on anything. Then her brother comes by and gives him a hug, and that's the scene. Yeah, the whole scene, exactly where the thing ended, that's where the interlude ended. So then after the credits, we see the Goblin Slayer party, where they arrived in the city. Of course, they look around, very nice city, and of course, they arrive at the temple, and they arrive there, and like, oh, got a little luggage, like, what are we gonna do? Like, of course, Goblin Slayer wants to go to the library. He's like, nah, let's go get something to eat first. Yeah. Of course, they got the fact that kind of a little line by high off Archer, the fact they just ate, but he wants to eat some more. So, yeah, so Goblin Slayer, Lizard Priest, and Dwarf Shaman go to get something to eat at a local tavern, while High Archer Earth and Priestess goes to a bathhouse. Recommended, both places recommended by the Sword Maiden, of course. Excuse me. And of course, Sword Maiden basically really wanted to take Goblin Slayer to the library because, well, it's been obvious since she's shown up when she sees him, is that she's massively in love with him. And she blushes every time she sees him, kind of, even though she's kind of blind, but she can still see him. Maybe her vision's not that good, but it's kind of weirdly explained here of how basically she can kind of see, but not really. It's weird, but maybe because basically he hears his voice and she thinks he's attractive. I have no idea. And the fact she has seen him butt naked once in season 1 during the Water Sea stuff. So then we have this wonderful scene of Goblin Slayer, Dwarf Shaman, and Lizard Priest just having some meal, talking about various stuff. When I thought this scene was really good. And of course, we also see Lizard Priest like cooking some cheese. It's like, so good. He just loves cheese. An absolutely really good scene. Then comes the bathhouse where we see, like, apparently this bathhouse is like a modern day. It's like basically we think of a fitness where we got like a massage, got a sauna, got a bath, and you see of course Priestess and High Off Archer just basically stripped down to nothing, which is the second anime I've seen where 2 women stripped down naked. But at least this time there's a reason. Because of that bathhouse. First time this has actually been seen in this series, a bathhouse. Of course, they wash each other, and of course, they get into the thing. And of course, they mention, oh, there's a sauna, so High Off Archer goes check out the sauna. Meanwhile, though, of course, they see before they go, this mysterious soldier stare at them. And then the princess shows up, and she's butt naked. Yep. And it's like, oh, are you adventurous? Like, how was wearing here? Like, where's that? Mention all stuff. And then, like, immediately have this conversation, mention equipment. And then immediately after this, Priestess, after she gets out of the pool, gets out of this bath area, she discovers her equipment and clothes have been stolen by this person. And she's most upset over the armor that was taken over the clothes and all the air stuff. Like, yes, it was replaceable, but it's the armor she's a problem with. So, and of course, she puts on the clothes that are there. They're left behind by the princess. She, of course, is upset about it. Meanwhile, though, then we finally see the king. Mention upcoming stuff like not exactly a war per se, but having his council there. The Sword Maiden is there too. I mentioned about the training facility, which we had basically from the previous episodes. Various stuff, and of course, Sword Maiden. Of course, I'll mention about this god of wisdom, different than the god of knowledge. It's a little strange, but if you're curious, was this type of conversation in the book? Yes, because this scene is, how should I put this? It is very much intact. There is very it's like tiny bits here and there, but this scene is mostly intact. This is something. The fact that this scene was relatively very unchanged from the actual light novel, which you read it and you're like, wow, this is unchanged. Who would have thought it mentioned the wise god? And of course, Sorbian does mention about priestess clothes being stolen at the bathhouse, and of course, King is like, yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah, and of course, then we have then a person burst in, or apparently a woman dressed in priest garb wandering out to the city, and then they're attacked by goblins. Of course, they mentioned about this holy mount, which they couldn't exactly scale it because this wall is very hard to climb. Though this wolf general, he was at the base of it. He knows very strange or very sensitive aura around it. And that's when they discover, oh crap, that the princess has been kidnapped by goblins. And the king's like, Swordmaid, you're an adventurer. Can you do this? Like, and then another person like, wait, who's this time? Why, the Archbishop's party would like to come in. And then here comes goblins, and everyone else is like, where are the goblins? Yep. He's asking where so I heard there's goblins. Yep. Because he's the adventurer, and he specializes in hunting goblins. Yeah. Really fun episode. And when I first heard the princess, I should mention this too, because I kind of messed this to the voice actors on Instagram. I did not get confirmation about this at all, but if you listen to in the English dub, the princess, it sounds like she's voiced by Monica Real. I don't have confirmation about that, but excuse me, I wouldn't be surprised to confirm this actually really is her. I did message her, but well, time will tell if this is true, and I hope it is, because this will be quite interesting to find out if this really is Monica Real, which this will be something for her to be part of Goblin Slayer. Yes. As playing a princess. Which, as far as I can tell, she has played a leader type before in Sagatan Evil, and of course, playing Boma, of course, people think of her as that. But never an actual, royalty. I've never heard of actually doing royalty before. This is the first time I've heard that I could do this. I'm like, well, you know of royalty. I mean, you're thinking, okay, what about her character from The Royal Smartphone? Yeah, she's the leader of a tribe, but not royalty. Yes. I could see a little different. So, there's that. Good episode. Some of you are thinking, where's the Comic Corner? That'll come a little bit later. Where next up is going to be Case Closed. And then the Comic Corners, okay? Thanks you. Bye.